Okay, hello and welcome to our members. This is for you. Ivana Habazin versus Claressa Shields. Let's break this fight down and let's get into it. We know what Claressa Shields is. We know that she's a two-time Olympic gold medalist. We know that she's been a successful pro and has become undisputed champion at middleweight. That's what we do know. We also know Ivana Habazin fought Cecilia Brækhus when Cecilia Brækhus was champion, and at the time Ivana wasn't well when she took that fight with Cecilia, and it was a long time ago. And since then, we know that Ivana has been training with James Bashir in the lead up to this fight. Previously, Bashir has now enlisted the services of Steve Upshare, the brother of Eddie Chambers, somebody who Bashir has worked with for a long time. Steve Upshare, not only as a boxer but as a trainer now, has his own gym. And now Steve Upshare is the best guy that Bashir thinks, who thinks alike himself, to be training with Ivana Habazin. A lot of things about this fight, for example, Claressa Shields, when she said that she was injured, we still questionable when she was injured or not, or whether she was struggling to make the weight. Even on the day of the fight, or when they had the weigh-in, the whole thing was Bashir getting thumped or injured because of what happened, because he was trying to check the scales, and one of Claressa's team was sticking a hand in the face of Bashir's face and telling him basically he can't see what Claressa was weighing. It so happened that Claressa was over the weight that particular time as well. So now she's had more time to lose the weight. So I think back then, at that night, I thought that Ivana's chances of the whole weight thing with of Claressa struggling to make the weight was a big factor, and I think that could have changed the outcome even more so. So for this fight, you got to look at it. Claressa Shields is the champion. Claressa Shields is the one with the more experience, having boxed 2 years for 10 years, and has been a two-time Olympic gold medalist. So what am I telling you what you don't already know? Ivana Habazin is, in Claressa Shields' eyes, is just another hammer, just another opponent that's going to roll up, and Claressa's going to just take care of. But Claressa is smart. She knows what's in front of her. I think she knows that Ivana Habazin is a bit different, and a bit different to what she may have fought so far up to this point in his career. That's going to be dependent on Ivana Habazin. How do you fight a person that's got more experience than you, 10 years more experience than you, 2 Olympic gold medals? It should be a jog in the park for Claressa Shields. So you would think. But here are some factors that could be of benefit to Ivana Habazin. Ivana Habazin is not a small girl, right? She fought at middleweight to become IBO champion because she was looking for opportunities. She was hungry, okay? She didn't get the opportunity she really wanted, so she made the opportunity by fighting for the IBO middleweight championship, all right? Teamed up with Bashir for that to happen. Now she is really, she always said to me, look, I'm not really a middleweight, but I'll eat the food to get to middleweight. Now she's back down at fighting at light middleweight. So she's a welterweight that can fight at light middleweight. But she was a welterweight fighting a middleweight. So imagine this Amir Khan fighting at welterweight, moving up to middleweight. You saw what happens there. So that's just an example of body weight and stuff. But Ivana Habazin a big girl herself for the weight. So this light middleweight division would suit Ivana better. And that's an advantage for Ivana, not for Claressa. Claressa, I think, can fight at middle and move up to super middleweight and fight. You understand? I don't think moving down is going to be interesting. More so the first time they were going to fight, it would have been interesting. She's had more time to make the weight, and she looks healthier now than she did when I saw her for the last weigh-in. She didn't look healthy at all. Claressa looks healthier now. She's got a beautiful smile back. She looks healthy. But it's not where she is normally. That's not her zone. She's not a middleweight. She's a light middleweight now. So what her accomplishments have been at middleweight or higher have got to be taken aside for 1 minute and said, listen, Ivana Habazin has the advantage here because this is more of her weight division. This is what her body naturally can handle. Claressa's had to lose weight for this fight. So if this becomes a long, drawn-out affair where, you know, Ivana Habazin has done the right things down the stretch, experience down the stretch in a 12-round fight. Remember, you won these fights as an amateur, in 3 or 4 round fights, or 2-round, 3-round fights. That's what you have to take into consideration. This is the pro game now. This is not the amateurs, right? And in the pro game, you've been dropped by Anna Gabriel already, so you've been dropped. And Habazin can punch herself. So these are things that need to be considered. Also, strategy. If Ivana Habazin decides to stand in the center of the ring, and I've seen it so many times, against somebody who's more experienced, you stand in the center of the ring, I want to try and jab and box, punch for punch, box, then you're going to lose this fight. You're going to lose this fight if you decide to stand in the center of the ring and box with Claressa Shields. Claressa Shields will take your head off. You cannot be stubborn. You've got to listen to your trainer and you've got to listen to the strategy. For me, the strategy has got to be from as the bell goes, you push Claressa onto the back foot and you hit her hard and hit her early and let her know you are in a fight tonight. I don't care about your Olympic gold medal. I don't care about your championship belts. I don't care about who you've got around you. I don't care what your name is. I don't care what you've got to say about me. Now me and you are going to have it tonight. And that's how Ivana's got to be. And not give Claressa a chance to even think about what's going on. She's got to be on Claressa. And she's going to be whacking Claressa to the body. Working the body. Working the body. Working the body. Sapping the energy out of Claressa Shields. Taking that sting out of her. Right? That's how she's got to work. She's got to work like a harpoon. She's got to be on her like a shark. On her. Just on her. Not giving her a chance to breathe. Up close. Rough her up. That's the sort of fight she's got to fight Claressa in for 12 rounds. That's the sort of fight they've got to be in. It's got to be literally 12 rounds of hell. If you can't bring that hell, the fight is lost. If you come off the gas and you start standing and boxing, and you're going to get outpointed. You've got to make sure every round you are closing that round, you're on top. You got to start the round big and you got to end the round big. Get a couple of knockdowns in. That has got to be Ivana Habazin's game plan. And forget this, I'm going to go and try and win the fight on points. Because you're not going to win the fight on points. You're not the A-side in this fight. You're not the champion in this fight. And although Claressa Shields is not the champion in this fight either, we know what it's building to. 3-division champion. That's what they're going to try and do. Or 3-weight world champion. Or however they want to build it. They're building a career based on Claressa Shields. That's what the investment is, not Ivana Habazin. So as long as their team understand, Steve Upshare, James Adibashir, Ivana Habazin, as long as they understand that this fight is this is not a points fight, and you literally have to knock Claressa Shields out, and all that good stuff you've been talking in interviews to us, you've got to stop Claressa Shields. There's no way, shape or form. You have got to stop Claressa Shields. You've got to stop her. You've got to knock her out. That's what Claressa Shields. She just has to do 12 rounds. She just has to do 12 rounds. And even if it's close, they're going to give it to Claressa Shields. Because that's where the money is. That's where the investment is. Greatest fighter or greatest woman of all time and all this sort of stuff after 9 fights. I'm not saying Claressa Shields is not a good champion or a good fighter. Inside the ring, that's all I'm interested in. Outside the ring, I couldn't care less. But inside the ring, this is about boxing. And about champions. And of course, a champion is defined by what they do in and outside the ring. And in the ring, Claressa Shields is a champion. Outside the ring, I'm not so sure. That's debatable. But what I'm saying is this. She's the champion. She has been the champion, the undisputed champion. You cannot take that away from her. The 2 Olympic gold medals, you can't take away from her. And that, she has proven that she's a top quality fighter and one of the greatest Olympians of all time. So, female Olympians at least. Olympians full stop. Never mind male or female. Going to the Olympics twice and winning a gold medal twice, that's a phenomenal feat. So she has to be given credit for that. So basically, all that training Ivana's been doing, you have got to listen to your trainers and you've got to follow the game plan. And for me, the game plan is, pardon my French, shit or bust. You've got to get out there, stamp your authority from the start. Do you know what I mean? A lot of Claressa Shields, what she does is to intimidate the opponents. so that they're scared to throw punches at her. It's a whole intimidation thing. That's what Mike Tyson used to do, but it's Clarissa's way of doing it. I'm going to intimidate you, and when she's not getting a reaction from Ivana Habazin, that's fine. So she's talking all that stuff now to get people and shake people up. So Ivana's got to not fall for the okie doke, and for the first bell, land a big right hand, really big right hand. What is Clarissa's durability like now at the lower weight? How did she make the weight? You know, all these things still need to be asked questions, you know? And what does Claressa actually think of Ivana Habazin? Does she think she's a walk in the park? Does she think she'll walk straight through her? You know? All these things, questions. I mean, you know, you've got to have question marks. You're moving down in the weight. You haven't moved in a while. That is going to be something for... So there are going to be question marks about Claressa Shields, and there are going to be doubts. Every fighter has doubts. Every fight. Don't care who they are. They all have doubts. The fact of the matter is, can Ivana Habazin tap into those doubts enough times? Can she close the gap by making sure Claressa's not allowed to work the way she'd like to work, that she's able to rough her up on the inside? The referee's going to be key in this fight, because if the referee's always breaking them up and allowing Ivana not to box and allowing Claressa to do what she's doing, it's fine. Claressa wins the fight that way, but Ivana's got to rough her up. No respect whatsoever. Absolutely no respect. The only respect is given is when you touch gloves. And when you touch gloves, you hit the gloves firmly and let her know, look in her eyes, guys, this is it. All the crap outside the ring, all the talk outside the ring, this is me and you now. And Ivana's got to make Claressa feel her presence from the first round, within the first 30 seconds of the fight. If that does not happen, she's in for a night of pain. Telling you now, she's got to be sharp. No excuses. I've been training camp too long. I didn't go by the game plan. I wasn't feeling well. I got injured in camp. This is your opportunity to make a name for yourself. This is an opportunity for you to be on that plateau of being one of the greatest women fighters of all time. This is it. This is your opportunity. You understand? This is your opportunity. So I'm sure you have put the work in. You train like a Trojan. I hope you put the work in for us to have a great fight. Now, as for Claressa Shields, I wish you all the best as well. This is for a vacant title. But as we know in boxing, no title's really vacant, is it? Although there is no champion, there really is a name on that belt already, Claressa Shields. Because if it goes to points, it'll go to Claressa Shields. Like I said, Ivana's got to stand out there, get out there, and really fight like it's her last ever fight. That's how she's got to fight. Like a woman possessed. So, if that happens, and Ivana can force the pace, not allow Claressa, who's not a big knockout, is not known for a knockout power, not at middleweight at least. She may have more power at light middleweight. I don't know. But if she can force the pace, now remember, if she's fighting a middleweight, it makes you wonder, how much weight is she taking off to fight at middleweight? What is Claressa Shields' normal walk around weight? Because she's middleweight and she's doing it there. How much does she weigh around? So this fight now for Ivana is closer to her weight. But it don't matter about weight at the end of the day. You're either going to fight or you're not going to fight. I hope you've enjoyed this breakdown. It's a lengthy, meaty breakdown for our members. Hope you enjoy this. And you see the difference between what a subscriber gets and what a member gets. Hope you enjoy it. Please leave your comments in the comment section. And if you want to know where the comment section is for this, go to your community page. And in the community page on YouTube, look for community. Click down there and you'll see these videos and more information. Thank you so much. Thank you for your support. Really appreciate you. Speak to you soon. Take care.